Okay, I'm going to date the video. It is February 22nd of 2025. Hopefully the year won't be relevant because hopefully this will come out this year. Um, Unfortunately, I'm like way behind in uploading these things because of how busy I am. You might go, but you have time to record them. Yeah, but I'm not going to explain all the details, but there are reasons why I could be way too busy to get them uploaded and published, but not to get them recorded. It actually does make sense in my context. Anyway, it's important that you know to understand what I'm going to say next. It's important to know when this is being recorded. And this isn't really news because I know it's going to be old news by the time it gets published. But just as sort of a journal entry, I'm going to kind of tell you what I'm thinking right now. So I'm highlighting a certain YouTuber who has very simple username. It's just Phantom. Handle Phantom Sonzai. Sorry, I hit the microphone. I don't know how much that came through, but sorry about that. And I'm going to actually read his channel description. Just some guy who's obsessed with visual novels. Here you'll find a very jumbled collection of whatever I decide to upload, from soundtracks to clips to edited stuff I've made to rare finds. No real focus, just random stuff. I also translate my stuff in my free time. My current main focus is Kirokyu/Makura stuff. Sui no Sora Sakura no Uta. And FLAT, Possessive, Secret Game Series. So if for some reason you like some of the visual novel stuff that I put on my YouTube channel, maybe you might like some of the stuff that Phantom puts out. He has more subscribers than me, right? I have 101 at the moment. There's going to be more when this video comes out, I presume, because people kind of forget to unsubscribe. This guy has 378. So there's that. Why am I bringing him up primarily, though, is because he left a comment on one of my videos. It was part 19 of this playlist, and we're way up over probably around part 40-ish approximately right now. I haven't counted, so I don't know what the number is actually going to be. But way back on 19, which was just published at the time I'm recording this, he said, are you going to switch over to the official English release of the remake when it comes out next month? And I read that and I'm like, well, sometimes people leave comments like that just to troll me, right? Just send me on a wild goose chase trying to find something that doesn't exist. I think that's happened once before. I don't know for certain, but I'm suspicious that's happened. Nevertheless, what he said was truth. Mages is going to publish two things. One is a remaster of Never17 that's going to have localizations in it. It's going to have official translations of the text. It's going to come to a bunch of modern consoles like PS5, the Switch. I don't know about what's happening with the Switch too, but the Switch and PC, it's going to come out on Steam. As well as a remaster of the Xbox remake, which we maybe won't be able to call it the Xbox remake of it anymore because it's not going to be Xbox exclusive anymore. So I'm just going to say the remake of Ever17, which is also going to have official translations, one to English, and on Steam, both of these can be bought as a bundle. Now, that's cool. It's going to be, there's a lot of interesting implications of that. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a bad thing. One thing it does is it really makes my summary of the availability of the Infinity series out of date. But at least, but the good thing is it makes it accessible, right? It makes the game much more accessible than they are now. Right now, it's like you gotta pay secondhand prices that are really high for physicals, deal with old consoles. System incompatibility. I mean, the PC port of Never17 doesn't really work on a modern PC. It'll launch like occasionally in this temperamental way, right? Or in case of Ever17, like a pirated, like a copyright defying port for PC. You can find something called the it's the Eternal Edition is what it's called. It's a Love 2D porting. Fan Love 2D porting of Never 7, but that just violates a whole bunch of copyright law. However, I did make a Let's Play of it because years ago I actually didn't care about that. I do now. I haven't taken it down. Despite me caring about that now, I still haven't taken the videos down. I probably never will. But it's going to make that, it's going to change the morality of that a bit. And there's going to be comparisons between the old fan translation of Never 7 and this new official translation. And generally when that happens, fan translations are better, are preferred. But the official one would be more legitimately available. Anyway, the biggest implication of this is I could theoretically buy this, and then I can, on my own time, play this, particularly, I buy the whole bundle, but I'm talking particularly here about the Ever17 part of the bundle. I could buy it, and then I could play it up to the point I'm at, using the old Xbox disc, and I could do it with the background music on because I wouldn't be recording it, and then I could pick up where I left off on this new official translation of the remake, which is going to be maybe has some problems with its literalness because official translations sometimes don't translate very literally, but it would be better than using Google Translate, right? And then just keep going. The thing is, I'm not really scrounging for views as hard as possible. I don't like to buy games when they first come out. I like to wait until there's a Steam sale. So what may actually happen is I may not buy it when it comes out, but this is taking so long to do, I'll probably still have a significant amount of the game left when this finally goes on sale for the first time. And so it's very likely that I'll switch over at some point, right? I'm not going to finish this very unlikely I finish this before I go after the game. Also, for some other stuff that I know it's not really none of the internet's business, the context of, I am refraining from buying stuff significantly right now, especially stuff that I would have bought in the past. I'm sort of penny pinching, so that's affecting things as well. So I may eventually switch to this official translation of it off Steam, but I may delay oddly long to do so. That's my answer. Way out of date answer, because this is going to get published way later than me. It's going to be published after it comes out on Steam and so on. It's going to come out in March sometime. I forget the exact date. Anyway, honestly, even in a place like this, he is still a slob. Now, I don't remember the context of this line, so I don't know if he is the inserted pronoun and makes any sense. This guy is really lazy, even in a place like this. I don't remember who we're talking about. I have to hit the backlog, actually. No, I don't. You know who we're talking about because you remember from the previous part. You can go back and watch the previous video. I'm not going to do so. What about Yu's mother? What was Yu's mother trying to do?
どうやら本当にろくでもない研究みたいよ。人工ブラックホールを作成するみたいだから。
Looks like it's a really bad it's a really bad research, or just is really bad research. It's like making artificial plastic hooks. Okay, I'm gonna put that into. I accidentally cut off some of the line. Let me try it again. looks like it's really bad research. It looks like it's going to make a man-made plastic hole. Let's go. Here's what I have to say about man-made plastic holes. Again, it's like all plastic is man-made already. It looks like they're trying to create an artificial... Oh, I get it. Okay, an artificial black hole. So I guess they're trying to portray you as a really bad researcher, which is a little bit of an extra bit because the original game really didn't judge Yu's capability as a researcher. In fact, you would probably assume that she grows up to be a really good researcher, even though it's not explicitly said, right? That's kind of like the assumption you get from the tone, like the way in which it treats the character. Interesting. You know, I wouldn't necessarily think that, because you would have to have gotten a job with Leiblich, and she would have had to, like, continue to convince them to keep her on the payroll. So, and Leiblich wouldn't mess around, right? They wouldn't waste money. They have goals. They're trying to get certain things done. So, you know, I always suspected that whatever she's researching, she would have been researching very well. But also, there's a little nuance to this, what Leiblich thought that she would be researching was the third eye, which is the concept that they already knew about from Satoru's experience, who may or may not have worked there in the past. We're going to bring in some Remember 11 lore. Because Remember 11 doesn't actually tell you what organization Satoru is working for, but you tend to assume it's Leiblich because you have to... It's a prequel to Ever17, and you have to have some reason to believe that Leiblich knew about this concept of the third eye. And Satoru also did. There could have been more than one organization looking into this concept, so it doesn't nail down Leiblich, but you tend to kind of assume, right? You don't know any other organizations in the series, so you just kind of like go with what you know, right? So anyway, back in 2011, he would have known about this, so it would make sense for them to hire someone to research that. And if that's the case, this could be justified as this artificial black hole stuff could be considered a front because maybe Leiblich doesn't want anybody to know they're researching the third eye. So that's why they're kind of okay with you continuing to be on the payroll, even though the literature that she's putting out looks a little crappy. Although you would think that they would prefer to put out some stuff that's a little bit more convincing. By the way, making an artificial black hole I would think is very hard. You just have a really, really small... No, never mind. It would be hard. It goes to the debate as to how black hole-like the elementary particles are. I would be suspicious that they behave a lot differently than a black hole, simply because their mass is distributed and they move like waves. I don't really they don't really have a defined, like you can't, like they're like a point mass. Sometimes we think of them like a point mass, but they're just not point masses. So to get something that's like a black hole, you need to have it has to go up into the classical limit. So there has to be enough particles you're up into the classical limit, and you're going to have quantum effects, the same quantum effects that one single elementary particle has. To get something to pack that dense, you need a certain amount of it. So it's hard to make a neutron star without enough neutrons that the gravity crushes down and combines them, because they don't really want to be neutrons don't really want to be a neutron star. So yeah, doing that on Earth might be near impossible or impossible, now that I think about it. Continuing on.
だけどこれ本当何の実験なのよ。ほとんど発表されてないような未知の技術も使われているみたいだし。
Yeah, if you didn't know, we really don't have a way of modeling things like the gravity due to an electron. And whoever comes up with an experimentally verifiable mathematical model of something like that which we do have models, but we don't have any way to. They're inelegant, which makes us suspicious that they're not the best because the best tend to be elegant. That's just kind of how the universe works. And we have no way of. They predict some things, but nothing that they've predicted we've been able to experimentally verify. And so the whole thing's kind of hanging in limbo. If you can nail down something that maybe like nails down a relationship, maybe between masses of different particles that hasn't been nailed down yet, has an effect that could be experimentally verified, we just haven't thought of that experiment yet, or is more elegant, you can acquire a lot of glory. There's a lot of glory to be had there. So go for it. It doesn't take a lot of money to start going for that. But seriously, what kind of experiment is this? It looks like some unknown technology that has been used that hasn't been announced at all.
あった。このファイルかな。
Mata is probably like wait, right? No, it's not. It's just like an attention grabber. This file kana. I guess, is it this file? This file question?
違うか。何かの走り書き？
No? Is it some kind of scribble?
結婚日、レミュー、5月1日、運命の日。その時、すべてが終わり、すべてが始まる。
Is this an intentionally left hint? It's like, I'm cheating on my husband. Although you I don't think is married. Old you I don't think is married. They could have thrown... The lore leaves a gap where you could insert that into it, right? It could be like, what if there's just this other... I mean, there is that guy on the... on that transmission at the end of the U route of the original game. But the so-called husband was never mentioned. The decisive day, maybe like the D-Day, Lemieux, March 1st. No, 5. That's May. I was off by 2 months. I can't do month numbering. Okay, May 1st. The day of fate. When that time comes, everything will end and everything will begin. But there's lots of different timelines, so depending on which timeline you get, you may not succeed. That's what's written on the file. What is this? Says the kid. It's proof, definitive proof, that what's happening to you right now, the situation where you're trapped in Lemieux, is planned. Sensing which is rather early of a thing to be revealed. The remake does it again. It just gives you like these big hints or giveaways way early. Sensing something fateful in those words, we looked at each other. Yeah, the original game is way more... If you haven't... For some reason, I've gotten to this far and don't know anything about the original game. It's way more stingy about its hints. And just as I was about to read the rest of it, Yu goes, aha, I got it. Oh, this is different. All of a sudden, an alarm goes off. And I just realized something. All the monitors in the room are dyed red. Okay. I have no game audio. It's in the video, but I don't hear it in my headphones. Huh. What in the world? I'll pause this and try to unplug them and plug them back in. Okay, now it's working. I don't know what's up with that. It helps me like time my reading with the game audio. So if I don't have the game audio, it can talk over the voice actors, which is probably what I've been doing so far. What?
なんなのよこれ
What the hell is this? You screamed like a scream. Someone poured wet water on me. You let out a voice that sounds like a scream. Close enough, right? It's funny, I let out a voice and scream, and then both were different things were translated to scream. It's funny. That's when Sora suddenly appeared.
大変です。メンテナンスルームで火災が発生しました。
I see. So in this route, they don't escape in the sub. Which is actually kind of odd, because they had that option when they were writing this. Right? They could have made it interesting that way. Because it floods and takes the sub out. Unlike on the Takeshi side where it doesn't. Huh. That's really interesting how they how they like changed that. I came up with this idea. New idea having this as sub they could escape in, and then they combine that with the Cosmic Whale Room flooding in the original game. The original game, the Cosmic Whale Room, is not where the sub is docked. It's just a ride. There was no sub. There was one for an IBF, but there was none in the Moo. Okay. It's...
現在消火中ですが、一酸化炭素が発生する可能性があります。皆さん、しばらくここを動かないでください。
The end result, though, is instead of variating from the original game where they escape in the sub, actually escape using the Cosmic Whale, it's going to go more in line with the original game's plot. It's going to have no escape, like they had in the original game. So we're going to see something more similar at the end. We're currently putting out the fire, but carbon monoxide may occur. Everyone, please don't move around here for a while. Wait, there's a fire in the maintenance room due to it flooding? What? That doesn't make sense. Wait, did I read something wrong? Oh, it's just on fire. Fire, carbon monoxide. I'm pretty sure... In the maintenance room is the Cosmic Whale, but also Sora, potentially. That's right. Sora was there. Okay. Big trouble. Sora was in the maintenance room.
なんですって？マヨが？
What did you say, Mayo? Sora was about to rush out of the room, but stopped. I mean, Sora can't stop you. We quickly tried to run out of the room, but Sora stopped us somehow. You can just run through Sora, but whatever.
待ってください。大丈夫ですから。今そちらには倉成さん、小松さんもいますから。
Wait, it's okay. Kurenari-san and Komachi-san are over there right now. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. Tsugumi was there. Takeshi?
つぐみが
Tsugumi?
でもマヨ大丈夫かしら。怪我とかしていないかな。
But Mayo, are you okay? Are you hurt? Right. Maybe I should go. Oh, yeah, it's Ramo. We should go to. I guess we should go after all. Okay.
そうよね。やっぱりみんなが心配だわ。
That's right, I'm still worried about everyone.
ねえ、ソラ。私たちもあっちに。
Hey, Sora, we're over there too. Or we're gonna be there too.
あ、ちょっと待ってください。今、倉成さんから連絡が入りました。
Oh, wait a minute. I just got a call from Kurenari-san.
マヨは無事なの？それにみんなは？
Mayo, is Mayo safe? And everyone else?
松永さんを含め、全員無事のようです。
Everyone seems to be safe, including Matsunaga-san. Yes, being in someone's route is giving them the kiss of death. As long as we're not trying to romance her, then she's fine.
よかった。
Oh, that's good.
はい、そうですか。わかりました。では、今からそちらに向かいます。
Yes, I see. Understood. I'll head there now. Sorry, what's wrong?
炎症を防ぐために、こことメンテナンスルームをつなぐ通路がシャットダウンされてしまったようです。
It seems the corridor connecting this place to the maintenance room has been shut down to prevent the fire from spreading. Oh, are they trapped just in that corridor? We can't go either way? Like, two doors are closed? Does that mean everyone can't go back? Are they okay?
お任せください。私が必ずあちらの皆さんを安全な場所に誘導いたします。
Leave it to me. I will guide everyone over there to a safe place. A safe place?
ですが、通路内の一酸化炭素濃度が若干高いので、少年さんたちはしばらくこの部屋で待機していてください。
Are they just gonna disappear? However, the carbon monoxide concentration in the corridor is a little high. So the boy should be waiting in this room for a while. However, the carbon monoxide concentration in the hallway is somewhat high, so please wait in this room for a while. Okay, boy.
それでは失礼します。
Well then, excuse me. With that, Sora disappeared. It's been a while since then, but Sora hasn't come back. I tried to contact Sora many times, but for some reason, she didn't connect. Okay, so yes, this is how it's gonna go. They're gonna just kind of disappear, and then you're going to be left alone with you in here. Moreover, the terminal is no longer usable. Sitting next to me, you stare blankly at the monitors displaying the carbon monoxide concentration. I think I see how this. I think I see how this is going to go down. We're at the home stretch. It's not going to be in this video though, because I only have about 22 more minutes left to record, and so it's not going to happen. But we're going to get the next 22 minutes at least. At the very least, there won't be any noticeable changes in carbon monoxide. It hasn't been, I presume, noticeable changes in the carbon dioxide levels.
ねえ、私ちょっと考えてみたんだけどね。
Hey, I've been thinking about it for a while.
今回の事故って、私たちがレミューに閉じ込められた事故って、お母さんの実験のせいなのかな。
This accident, I wonder if it's because my mom's experiment that we're trapped in Lemieux. Already? Why is this so soon? Why are you telling me this so soon? It's your mother's fault? The decisive day, Lemieux, May 1st, the fateful day. Well, it might be. We don't know which mother she's talking about. Indeed, the last file I saw had something like a prophecy written on it. Because of Yu's mother's experiments, a Lemieux accident occurred?
それとも、今も仕組まれているのかな。
Well, that's the thing, it's not an accident. Or... maybe it's still being orchestrated. I guess Imamo is still.
あなたの記憶喪失だって、奴らの仕業かもしれないのよ。
Ah, that's Tsugumi's voice, by the way, if you didn't recognize it. Oh. So, Anata's you, your memory loss. Is it possible your memory loss would have been caused by them? Okay. That's probably what this is. But we gotta... oh. This looks like it would be fine. Whatever. The loss of your memory might be their doing. Yeah, but Tsugumi's not always right. It is their doing, but it's not like they, like, strapped you down and did something to your brain, right? Tsugumi's words suddenly flashed through my mind.
つまり、今回の出来事は仕組まれたこと。ただの事故じゃなかったってこと。
In other words, what happened this time was planned. It wasn't just an accident.
意図的に私たちのことを閉じ込めたのかもしれないってことよ。
It means that we may have been, he or they may have intentionally locked us up.
だってそうとしか考えられないじゃない。
Yeah, it means, that's the only way to think about it.
不自然なことがあまりにも多すぎるのよ。
There are too many unnatural things.
マヨの友達やクラナリの友達や私の同僚は私たちがここに閉じ込められていることを知ってるはずでしょ。
So Mayo's friends, I presume Mayo has classmates. I don't know if Mayo has friends. Takeshi's friends, my co-workers, or boss, right? One of those two. They all escaped. Let me see here. Mayo's friends, Kurinari's friends, and my colleagues should know that we're trapped here, right? Okay, so it's that.
なのに、どうして誰も来ないの？
Well, Sara might have no friends. You wouldn't know that, you. Except maybe she does. Like, you know, she had other people you left with her in the hacking club, right? Oh, the hacking club might have just dissolved when she left. So why isn't anyone coming?
何らかの理由で中に入ってこれないとしても、ダイバーが窓ガラスを叩くぐらいのことはあってもいいはずじゃない。
I mean, the explanation isn't really a good, like, resolve this, right? Because how would you, the older you, figure out a way to not let the rescue crews come? Like, how would she do that? And I presume that would just be, well, she just has all of Leiblich behind her, and they try to do some, like, oh yeah, we're working on it, but it's hard because of this, and they kind of BS their way through it. Even if you can't come inside, they can't come inside for some reason, it shouldn't be a problem for a diver to hit on the window glass. Just to acknowledge your existence.
会場のレミとつながっていたのに、通信は遮断されてたり。
Again, this conversation happened in the original game, so again, it's reusing the same lines, much more than on the Takeshi side. Besides, even though we were connected to Limit at the surface, we are cut off from the rest. Oh. We are connected to Lemu. Yeah, the underwater Lemu. Throughout underwater Lemu, we are cut off from the rest of the world.
事故の前の警報も停電も原因不明だし。
That doesn't explain the stuff on the Takeshi side, though. The alarm before the accident and the blackout, we don't know the cause.
それに今回のクジラの潜水艇があるメンテナンスルームで起きた火事だってそう。
Besides, the fire that broke out in the maintenance room where the whale submersible is this time is the same.
まるで私たちを閉じ込めるために全てが計画されてるみたいだわ。
It's as if everything is planned to lock us up. For what? And
偶然の事故を装って人体に与える影響を調べるためのものかも。
maybe it's for testing the effects of the human body under the pretense of a coincidence. It may have been disguised an accident to study the effects on the human body.
人工ブラックホールなんてものを作って何をしようとしているかはわからないけど。
Kind of, not really the body, but kinda. I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do by making an artificial intelligence black hole. I don't know what they're trying to do by creating an artificial black hole, though.
だけど人工ブラックホールが人体に与える影響を調べていたとしたら。
The game authors are like, artificial black hole, but I digress. But if we were investigating the effects of artificial black holes on the human body...
あのファイル、ライブリヒのとんでもない裏の顔やろくでもない実験のデータばっかりだったでしょ。
Should make a snack, an okashi just named artificial black hole. That file, it was filled with nothing but data on Leiblich's ridiculous undersides and useless experiments.
奴らは人を人だと思わない。ただのモルモットとしか見ていない。
They don't think of people as people. They see them as nothing more than guinea pigs.
だから今回の事故も含めて全てが仕組まれたことなのかも。
That's why everything, including this accident, might have been planned. I couldn't say anything back. I knew that she was right too.
ライプリヒにはあらゆる最悪が詰まっているわ。まるでパンドラの箱ね。
Lieblich is full of all kinds of calamities. It's like Pandora's box.
パンドラの箱の方がまだましよ。最後に希望が残っていたんだから。
No, Pandora's box is still better. There was still hope at the end.
そんなところに勤めていたのね、お母さん。
So that's where you worked, Mom.
そして何か恐ろしいことをしようとしている。
And you're trying to do something terrifying. She had a tight grip on... She clutched her knees tightly and cast a helpless gaze into the distance. Her lips were pale, and it wasn't all because of the gift. The gift. Yeah, wrong kanji. Yeah, it wasn't just because of the lights. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be an advantage of having an official translation of this, is that they wouldn't turn lights into gift. They wouldn't betray the game that much. She's been acting more energetic than... More? She's always been behaving more cheerfully than anyone else. Now she figured out that, like, her mom, so she claimed to be her mom, was not actually her mom, except she was, but not the person. Oh dear, that's... Well, she doesn't know that, though. She would, for how much information that she would presume at this moment, her mom is just, like, not her mom. She's someone who adopted her purely to experiment on her. That's as far as you would know right now. Like, or as far as she would think. To me, she becomes a big part of my life. And yet, now she looks so small and frail. No matter how strong-willed she may be, you is still a girl. It's been 5 days since the accident. I found more information that'll drive you into a corner. Well, I see Kami. It's natural that it's mentally impossible.
私たち助かるのかな。
I guess you use the idea of spirit to encode the word mind. Will we be saved? Are we going to do that Tsugumi quote? That Tsugumi quote now? Shimiyu muttered to herself.
ねえ、少年は未来が見えるんでしょ。
Hey, kid, you can see the future, right?
だったら私たちがこの先どうなるのか教えてよ。
Well, you get deep blue and die, as far as I would know. Then tell me what's going to happen to us in the future. You looked at me and her eyes had lost their luster. The sun is swallowed up by the darkness of the deep sea, almost losing its luster. Yeah, you can't take the suns away completely. Oh, that kanji's really just gonna give me so much problems. Okay, we'll try messing with it a bit, but oof. That's a dense one. Anyway, you must not erase all of whatever that is. There's no way I'm gonna get it. There's like the kanji for car used as a radical inside. There's no way. That line got lost. I'm sure you'll be saved.
それは予知なの？それとも予感？それともただの希望的観測？
Maybe that was hope. That's what that kanji meant. Which means if I were trying to OCR a Danganronpa game ever, I'd be having a real hard time. Okay. Hopefully I won't have to, because hopefully it's popular enough that if another one of those comes out, have an English translation. Is that a premonition? Another word they're translating to premonition? Or just wishful thinking? I'll see if Google Translate uses more of a variety. Is that a premonition, a hunch, or just wishful thinking? Oh. That's some weird OCR settings going on here. If it's mistaking the n sound for the lu sound. Huh? Wow. Okay, I don't know what's up with that one. If we put into Google Translate and in. Of course that's right, is what he says. It's academic knowledge, I was about to say, but I stopped. Foresight is no good. And he could be wrong if you get the bad ending. Because I couldn't see the future. I hadn't played this game before. I don't want to lie to you. I think about it. The third eye. The third eye. Written differently. True wisdom. The third viewpoint. The third eye. True wisdom. The all-seeing omnipotent power. Whoops. Huh. Chi color. The light that fades away radiates again. I guess it's just the color of... Oh, that kanji. I presume it's hope. I presume it's like hope, the light that fades away radiates again, but I can't be sure. The kanji's hard. Even that, as long as I have that power. If only I had that power. But I don't have that right now. Actually, you do. It's just not as powerful a thing as you think it is. Of course, that's not a prediction or hope, but also hasn't kind of fully realized yet. So at the very least, if you wish like a monk, it will come true. It will become reality. That Kotozo came to mind. Kotozo, those words came to mind. I might be able to get Google Translate to give me that because I have my saved kanji here. That word came to my mind. Or those words. Okay, so there's words. Promise me one? What does that mean? I mean, it didn't get Miss OCR'd, but there's a 1 there. We don't need a 1. That's a promise.
約束
Promise? Use eyes, make a mistake. Hard kanji today. Use eyes, peer into mine. That's why I wished for at least one thing. So that this transmutation will never disappear. Transmutation? I hope this gift never disappears. That's right, a promise. Right, okay, yep. I wish to protect you. You held out a pinky finger.
少年約束だからね絶対に守ってね
Young man, it's a promise to make, so make sure you keep it safe. I held out my right pinky finger. I am so happy. The two pinkies were connected. But I couldn't cut my pinky finger. However, the pinky finger that was connected did not break. No, I didn't leave. We held hands as if intertwining our fingers. Instead of cutting my fingers or separating them, I grabbed Yu's hand tightly. Suddenly the lights went back to normal. Eh? So maybe we're not gonna get to like, that wasn't the end of the line. But what is that sound?
まさかこれ
Is this gonna be the transmission? Is the transmission gonna come in? No way, this is... You looked at the source of the sound. Sounds are being censored from the terminal speakers. Censored. Oh. They're just playing.
これ外部からの通信よ
This is a call from the outside. Oh yeah, here we go. Give me it. What'd you say? Okay, this CG. Suddenly an image appeared on the display. The image was mixed with static. Is thrown into disarray. That's correct. Then when the screen finally clears. I wonder what picture they're going to use in the remake for this. Originally, like a false depiction of you. It showed the face of a woman I didn't recognize. Maybe it's because it's like a V2. Oh! They don't do that in the remake. They just show you the straight picture. Okay, maybe there is no after credit scene then. They don't need.
母さん
Mom. This person? This person is Yu's mom?
違う
No.
違うんでしょ
You're wrong, right? Isn't it different?
あなたは私の本当のお母さんじゃないんでしょ
You're not my real mother, are you?
ええそう
Yes, that's right.
私はあなたの母親じゃない
I am not your mother. Except she kinda is.
ひどいひどいよ
That's terrible, it's terrible.
どうして今まで黙ってたの
Why didn't you say anything until now?
今はまだそれは言えないの
I can't tell you that yet.
どうしてよ
Why?
今まで散々騙してきたくせに
You've been deceiving me all this time.
この後に及んでまだ隠し続けるつもり
You're still going to hide it at this stage?
騙してきたんじゃないのよ
I didn't trick you.
確かに私はあなたの母親とは言えないかもしれない
It's true that it might not be your mother.
でもそれでもあなたはユウは私の本当の子供なのよ
But even so, you are my real child.
私がお腹を痛めて産んだ実の子供なの
And I don't really like that phrasing of that. I gave birth to my own child with my stomach. Or, this is my real child, the one I gave birth to in the pain. It still makes it sound like she's a surrogate.
適当なこと言わないでよ
Kinda true. Don't say such random things.
それにあなたなんでしょ私たちをこんなひどい目に遭わせたのは
And it's you. You're the one who's made us go through all this.
ごめんなさいユウ
I'm sorry, you.
あとはここに来てから教えるわ
I'll tell you the rest after you get here.
ここってどこにいるの
Here? What do you mean by here? Where are you?
ヒンメルこの施設の中にいます
Himmel. Himmel. I am in this facility.
何なのどういうことなの
Huh? What is it? What's going on?
あなたは一体
What are you? The woman disappears from the screen. Okay, we start with the man. Who's this guy? Is this like really old Satoru or something? I mean, he has the dark hair. One by one, a man. Oh, not one by one. Just a man appears, right?
これから空気清浄機を稼働させ、通路上の一酸化炭素を除去する。
From now on, we will activate the air purifier and remove carbon monoxide from the corridor.
予想完了時刻は2時30分。今から1時間後だ。
The expected time is 2:30. Oh. The expected completion time is 2.5 hours from now. Wait. Oh, no, it's... The expected time... Okay, let me try to get this right. The expected time of completion is 2:30, which is 1 hour from now, meaning now is 1:30. There we go.
その後、通路を通り、ヒンメルに来てほしい。空が案内するはずだ。
After that, I want you to pass through the corridor and come to Himmel. Sora will guide you.
それまでは、その場で待機だ。
Until then, stand by on this spot.
あなた誰なの？
Who are you?
すべてはヒンメルに来てから教えるつもりだ。
Yeah, if you're curious, the original game never explains this. This man is in the original game. Know nothing about this person besides just the guy in the message. We presume that he's a good friend of you in some way. We don't know anything about it otherwise. I'll tell you everything after you come to Himmel. And actually, it could be Kabaraki. Like, they leave it open for it being Kabaraki in this case right now, because Kabaraki's missing, right?
こうしてディスプレイに向かって話すような内容じゃないからね。
Or it could be pre-recorded. But he just responded to her, so... It's not the kind of thing you should talk about on a display like this.
だけどユウ、君に一つだけ分かってもらいたいことがあるんだ。
But you, there's one thing I want you to understand. Using Kimi.
お母さんは誰よりも君のことを愛してるよ。
Your mother loves you more than anyone else.
どうかこのことだけ忘れないでほしい。
Please, don't forget this. Suddenly, static runs across the screen. And there was static in the voice partway through, so I couldn't hear it very well. And what? I can't hear him very well. I wonder if something abnormal has happened.
どうした？
What's wrong?
ブレーンに波。ダメです。スーパーポジションが維持できません。
Oh, the operator. Which sounds exactly like Sora. Brain waves. No, I can't hold the super position. Supo project pro. Sue. Okay, we'll just assume that, well, here we go. Brain waves. It's no good. I can't hold the superposition. Okay.
ブレーク時間を観測。増大していきます。
I'm looking at the plank time. It's increasing. Oh my goodness. Plank time? I can't hold the superposition. I'm looking at the plank time. It's increasing. Oh my goodness, these words. The like, quantum physicists be offended. From the other side of the speakers, a kind of hectic, tense atmosphere is conveyed over the noise.
得意点がストリング化、さらにリング上に広がっていきます。
The singularity becomes a string and expands even further into a ring.
なんだってまずイベントホライゾンに飲まれるぞ。
Well, what is this? This is bad. I'm going to be swallowed up by the event horizon. Could it be? This is...
ブリックビンケル現れるのか。
That is funny. Blinkwinkle. He's here. And I'll end there. I should have ended a few minutes ago, but I got a buffer. I didn't really hurt myself by not ending right away. Wow. Okay. And hopefully this route's going to end the next time I record. We're going to have some disaster happen. They're going to have to fix it, and then so on. Okay. I think I got absolutely, like, all of complete understanding of everything in that last pit, ironically, and that is just so funny. Okay. It's like throwing out just like random big physics words. I cannot retain the superposition. The plank length is expanding. It's gonna go from a string into a ring. Oh no, looks like we're getting sucked past the event horizon. He's here. Blinkwinkle is here. Okay. Let's look at the CGs. Okay, it's gonna be route stuff, it's gonna be route stuff. It's gonna be route stuff. That's what these four are. Okay, use stuff, continuous. Got a break for Sarah. Got a break for more. Got this. Dun dun dun. Finishing off the party. You. Probably Sarah. And another missing one here. Okay, that's page 7 of 9. So there's only 8, 9. And then if I select that one, there's variations, right? Those are the variations. So check if this one has variations. No. This one. Okay. There's that one. By itself. Party. Just waiting for me. I'm stalling so I can put the end screen on. That should be good enough, right?